That's the fight that everybody want to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so
I understand it, but don't lie or cap to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said never heard nothing else back about it. So I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, but don't be capping on the net.
Man, great. Bud always been like that. Without a question, sour. You know what I'm saying? Sour.
You think there's anything left for him, coach, or is it time for Bud to move on? Or
I'm trying to figure out who he gonna fight next.
160, you can see him fight 160.
I wouldn't do nothing crazy. He looked at excellent. Hey, he looked at excellent.
Is there anybody most from
No, I'm trying to figure out what their team gonna do next. I want to see what's
He's
next.
talking about 160, coach. I mean, the only thing down there is maybe like a middleweight tournament, 2 fights undisputed, something like that. But if not that, then what for Bud?
Who?
Well, they were talking about Jaron Ennis going to 160, possibly going. Jaron Ennis going to
If he go to 160, then we got another mega fight.
You think that's a mega fight?
I don't know that yet, but I'm saying, and the boxing fans that know boxing would say that's another mega fight.
A real deal between Terence "Bud" Crawford and Jaron Ennis was finally being talked about, and the boxing world stopped. People don't tweet about this dream game. Fans have been waiting for this fight ever since Crawford destroyed boxing by going up to 168 pounds and taking all of Canelo Alvarez's belts. It will happen in less than a week. Several sources say that the number being talked about is close to $300 million. A number that is only used for games that define an age. A number that is only used when the sport thinks that everyone will be watching. We're going to talk about why this fight is so popular among fighters today. This game might be the hardest one Bud has ever played. This is how he got here and how Boots became known as the new Prophet Man. Let's begin. Many people thought it was risky for Terence Crawford to move up to super middleweight. He was too old, too slow, and too small. Canelo was looked up to by boxers. Canelo was a fighter who was way too big, strong, and skilled. Crawford not only hit him, but hit him really hard. He looked like he had been fighting at 168 his whole life.
Crawford did amazing, he a legend, man, 3-time undisputed, you got to take his hat off to him. He went up 2 weight classes and dominated a legend, so my hat goes up to him and he's all respect.
Do you think Canelo is the same guy that he was before? You think he's completely falling off?
Canelo's Canelo, you know what I mean? Canelo's a legend, bro. You gotta, at the end of the day, whatever happened that fight, that don't diminish his career, his image. You feel me? I think right now, he's at that time where he took an L, but he ain't take an L, you know what I'm saying? He got paid and he a legend at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? So if he want to walk over in the sunset right now, his last name is in the cement, you know what I'm saying? As one of the greatest Mexican fighters in the world.
I know it sounds a little bit crazy, but Crawford does have all the titles. You're a really big name. He's kind of in your way right now a little bit. Is that a fight where you're just like, me and him get it on for sure?
Not for sure. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? We don't duck no smoke. So, right now, I'm focused on my climax fight, you know what I'm saying? I gotta put my head down, whatever happened in my last fight is cool, but that ain't dim my light at all, you know what I'm saying? I'm still a superstar, I'm still a star, I'm still the king of New York, man, I'm fly, I look good, I fight good, man, so, I'm excited for next year.
That night, Crawford did something that boxers don't do anymore. Everyone was shocked because he wasn't bigger or heavier than anyone else and didn't need any catchweights or tune-ups. He easily beat the best player in his group when he first came up.
Who you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually taking more of a weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Crawford had no one left, which showed what the trouble was. Errol Spence was already taken care of by him. He has already looked at the 10-year-old Mexican boxer who was the best. He was already 140. He has already taken more than 147. After that, He got over 168. It was over. It kept coming up with one name, but no one else was in the way. The monster, who had never lost 10, was cutting through everyone in his way. His name was Jaron Ennis.
We got to get him in the fights. We got to get him undisputed at 47. He can move up. I want to see him fight Terence Crawford. You know, I mean, that's a fight that's been talked about, and Terence will only take that fight if it's big enough. I back Jaron Boots Ennis against anybody. And what a joy to be guiding this man's career.
It's not a new thought. When both men were 147, fans had been waiting years for Crawford versus Ennis. There were even plans for the fight to happen in 2023 by the IBF, but they never came together. A few people said Crawford was trying to stay away from a young, hungry lion. Clark said that Boots had chances to start the fight, but didn't take them. Fans thought the chance was gone for good, but they didn't care. But then Boots got better. Then all of a sudden, someone saw something. It wasn't enough for Boots to just win. He looked like Crawford as he was ready to help.
I think the perfect weight for Boots is 160. I think he could go there now and be in his absolute prime. He'll be tight at 54 tomorrow. People think that when you move up in weight, all of a sudden it's easy. He's massive. He will 100% go to 168 at some point. So right there, you've got a 4-division championship. But I don't want him just to be a 4-division champion. I want him to be undisputed in those, because I think he's the natural progressor to Terence Crawford. I think he's of the same kind of ability as Terence Crawford. And what Crawford's done is amazing, because he was undisputed in 3 weight classes.
Yeah, you got to prove it in a ring.
Of course you have. It's very well me saying it. But you've got to prove it in a ring. But you've also, people know in boxing. So everyone's always known how good Crawford was. But it took him a long time to get the opportunities to prove it. We've got to make sure that we're not 36, 37, 38 when we're getting those opportunities. Because if Boots can get it at 29, 30, he's going to be around 34, 35. He lives a clean life. Do you know what I mean? I think this guy, I truly believe, I think he could be one of the all-time greats.
A lot of people called him the new Crawford Dionist. People started to advertise the game again. Eddie Hearn changed the subject when he said that Crawford could only fight one opponent who could beat him. Please tell me about a fight you'd like to see besides Ennis versus Crawford. Hearn asked Boots if he was still in good health. He is not hurt. After 80 fights, he's not worn out. They are 10 years apart in age. That's pretty much what he said. Bud should fight Boots if he wants a real war.
Just feel that Jaron Ennis against Terence Crawford is the fight. And that can be at 54, it can be at 60. You know, obviously we've got Lima to take care of first, but that for me is one of the great, crossover fights, because Boots is the changing of the guard guy. And Crawford's the guy that's been there and done it all and just proved, that he's still very much in his prime.
Both guys have been giving signs for months. Ennis said out loud that Crawford is the face of boxing after beating Canelo. People even called Bud one of the best fighters of all time, which was a big deal. On the other hand, he has made it clear that he thinks he is the only one who can beat him.
Stay away from it. And by the way, there's this brother coming up, Molly. His name is Boots Ennis. This brother's special. You don't want to go in the ring against after that beating. Molly, it was so bad. I swear to y'all, I am not exaggerating. Yeah. You know how I got called.
Boots said that Crawford is the face of boxing right now, but the way he said it made me think something else. Make the most of the time you still have. On the other hand, Crawford has been both interesting and fun. He told Boots how proud he was of each win. He understood how good he was.
Now you got Boots Ennis who's in your weight class.
Definitely.
What do you think about him?
Oh, he's very, very talented. He's unproven, but he's very talented.
Yeah.
The eye test tells it all. He's got the it, but we haven't seen him against any elite fighter. We've never seen him tested. So until then, we just going to keep saying, oh, Boots, 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 until he meet that fighter that's going to test him.
Is that a fight that you would be interested in?
Nah, it just don't make sense right now in my career. Like I said, especially money-wise, don't nobody really know Boots, but I'm looking for bigger and better challenges like Canelo.
You're looking for the big ones.
Yeah.
The big fish.
Yeah.
Fish fry.
Definitely. Definitely. Them the guys I'm looking for,
Boots asked Crawford if he could beat him. Crawford smiled and said, "Great things come to those who wait." In other words, you're not ready yet. After Bud beat Canelo, things changed. He was called out right away by Boots. Promoters began to make lists of numbers. The network started meeting behind closed doors.
Well, Boots and Crawford, that would be one of the biggest fights in history, man. You know what I mean? When it comes to styles, they both have beautiful styles, man. You know what I mean? They both switch, and they both can do it all. You know what I mean? Crawford will fight you. He just showed everybody he'll fight you too. Boots will fight you inside and outside. When you got heart like that, that's what you do. And Crawford does the same thing. So
a simple thing was said by Eddie Hearn, Tim Bradley, and Sean Porter, but there was still one fight left. So why do boxing experts and professionals praise Boots as the next prophet? This is said for a reason.
Who they are cancels out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I gotta go with Crawford.
Crawford is one of the most skilled boxers out there. One of them is Boots. When he changes from straight to southpaw, he doesn't lose any strength. As a reaction, he uses terrible timing. He strikes you whenever you least expect it. He's younger, bigger, and taller than you. He also hits you hard enough to make you pay.
Who punches harder? Jaron Boots Ennis or Terence Bud Crawford? Jaron's shots seem to be more thumping and more like a whip where they come out kind of wider. Jaron also twists his whole body behind each shot, gets a lot of leverage. Terence Bud Crawford's shots seem to be shorter and he gets more of that shoulder snap. Terence Bud Crawford's punches are also placed very strategically. He uses his opponent's momentum against them and catches them coming in and has them leaning right into that shoulder shot. Remember, the punch going from point A to point B in the shortest distance is the goal that's trying to be achieved in all fighters. Mike Tyson made that an art. Boots and Bud both have a lot of knockouts, but who do you guys think hits harder between the two of them? Tell me in the comments.
At age 28, Boots has something that not many athletes have. Don't rush. This is where the real excitement starts. Crawford's age is rising. Boots are getting better. That's the story. Boots stand for the new age. Crawford is the best of his age.
He better than Floyd Mayweather?
To me, he is because he challenges himself. So for me, don't get me wrong, Floyd ain't no bad fighter. Floyd is a hell of a sharp fighter, but I ain't gonna say he's a better fighter. I'm gonna say I just can appreciate it more because he challenges himself. You know what I mean? Floyd never challenged himself. So if you tell me who I want to see, Floyd or Terence, I want to see Terence, because Terence gonna challenge himself. Floyd may be a better fighter because Floyd is slick and Floyd really can fight. People know I don't underestimate Floyd's boxing ability. Floyd has great boxing ability. Floyd is one of the best ever, but Floyd just never challenged.
Crawford is happy with the money he has. He does not need belts. He doesn't need to be made feel better. In 3 weight groups, he was already the only one. 2 of the best fighters of our time have already lost to him. The world already had the wrong idea about him. Why do you need Boots then? History is the word. Crawford wants to be, without a doubt, the best fighter of his time. Likened to everyone else, not Spence or Canelo. But it's not true that he never fought a young lion when he was at his best. The right word to use is Boots. He stops playing the whole sport. Bud will leave the ring before Mayweather if he wins. Both Pacquiao and Canelo. That's why a lot of fans and experts think this fight is a good fit for him.
I beat this guy. This is his excuse. I beat this guy. You know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really going to give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now, when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing. You know, and the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose. You know, so I just think, you know, when you that much better than the competition, you know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was.
Boots is in the most beautiful place possible. He is young and strong, and he has never lost. He is finally getting noticed. It's clear to him that he needs a big name and a big win for his prospects. He will become the face of boxing right away if he beats Crawford. Not next year, and not after the next day's 3 more wins. Bus isn't following Crawford because he really needs to win like other rivals are. He really thinks he is better. The Grade 1 warriors are tested by the next group of warriors who come forward at some point. This could be Crawford's chance. Time is the most important risk. Boots is only 28 years old, while Clark is 38.
Do you think Ennis is the guy to give Crawford like trouble in there if they were ever to fight?
I think that would be a great fight. You know, the young hungry lion versus the legend. That would be a hell of a fight. Maybe 160. If it's a vacant title at 160, I think that they can make that happen for sure. I think it just has to make sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think if there's a vacant belt, Crawford's gonna want to be 6th division champion, and then he'll make Ennis move up to 160. I think they could do it at 160.
Craig has gone to fight. Boots are not hurt. Crawford has been in the best fights. Even though Boots has fought good winners, he has never faced a legend. This makes the best storm possible. The Crawfords have done it before. Boots has the young people, which changes how the fight is supposed to go. Boots can go with the Bud style, but can show Boots how inexperienced they are. Both men are dangerous and could hurt each other. Both of them are smarter than the other. The body of Canelo has started to break down, so this is not him. This is not Spence after a car crash. Someone or something new, hungry, and strong is after the throne. Fans of boxing are split. A little over half of them think Crawford cleans Boots. The other person thinks Boots is too small, young, and fast. Some people think this is Crawford's last big fight. Some people think it's Boots' party to go to.
That's a good fight. That's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Probably at middleweight or something. That's like a vacant belt. That's definitely up there. That's definitely a big fight. Probably Shakur and Tank too, maybe. That's like right on the scene. But yeah, that's that. You might not be lying. That might be the biggest fight.
There is no disagreement that this is the best fight in American boxing. There were only 2 really strong fighters left. A lot of smart people say that the box is very bad. It takes a lot of work for Eddie Hearn to get things done. Netflix would like to take part. The money is good for everyone. Crawford hasn't said no yet.
Crawford against Jaron Ennis, for me, is the best fight in American boxing. But it needs to be a payday for Crawford that would get him interested, because Crawford knows how good Boots is. And I'm not saying that Crawford thinks he's going to lose to Boots, but he knows that is a real fight. But for me, Boots is the new Crawford. We've just got to go out and get the fights to show how great he is.
Boots said this week that he will fight at any weight. To put it another way, he's all in. Crawford has already told the press that he plans to fight one more big fight before he stops fighting. It will be the most important boxing match in the US since Mayweather versus Dow if this fight goes through. Weavers are still at their best this time, though. They haven't passed their prime yet. I have one more question for you. Who wins? Who is better? The great who always gets it right, or the young monster who rules the sport? Please write your thoughts in the box below. Follow MMA Motive and like this movie. We'll see you in the next movie.